First-time truck buyers, avoid the costly mistakes. That's what we're here to do, is talk about that so that you don't make one.
Of course, there is a lot of little things that comes down to the trucking and doing business and not making costly mistakes, but we'll touch a few of them today. So, new truck versus used truck.
Right.
Which is right for you?
I think that's going to definitely, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. A new truck is a tall order. That's going to be extremely pricey. So unless you got the cash flow for something like that, most people are probably going to start with that used truck because of financing and everything that comes with that.
Yes, I think I was actually over this weekend, talking to somebody online on this topic, actually. And the individual suggested, like new truck only. And, I remember when I started, I didn't get a new truck. I never bought a new truck, ever.
Really?
Like every single truck that I bought was a used truck. A good used truck, but it was a used truck.
Okay.
Basically, his opinion was like, no, man, you got to get a new truck because then, you have brand new truck. There is anything that's going to happen to that truck is going to be covered by warranty. I say yes. If you're still full of energy, if you're ready to do at least 5 years of OTR and your overall goal is, I don't know, maybe at least 5 years, but probably more like 10 years, I think the new truck is a good idea if you have enough money for a down payment, if you have financial means to have it, because your truck payment is probably going to be like $4,000 almost.
But you know what's crazy, man? That's not even that far away from a lot of those lease to purchase that carriers offer.
Oh, of course.
So,
that's
but again,
right there.
it is, but that's comparing.
It's just illusion.
Yeah, you're comparing payments, but the difficult part is getting your hands on that new truck.
Yes, getting your hands on a new truck is going to require a pretty big down payment. It's a tall order even for a bank because the trucks these days are expensive. It's almost like a house.
Yeah, man.
And unless you decided to dedicate next 5 years to the trucking, I don't think a new truck is a good idea because, for example, my point was like, depends on what individual is looking to do. If somebody is looking to do, let's say, any sort of local work or regional, new truck is out the window, period.
Yeah, so I mean, there's always, whether new or used, there's going to be hidden costs to owning a truck. And so let's talk a little bit about that because, these guys want to know before they step into something like this.
All right. So what's next?
All right, so what are the hidden costs on some of these, whether you new or used, it doesn't matter. You're going to have some hidden costs in owning the truck.
Obviously, maintenance, breakdowns that are somewhat unpredictable. I think one of the big problems that I see, especially with people that are looking to get into this game by getting not the most practical truck, but sort of the cheapest truck we can get in. And like if you would talk to a lot of drivers out there, like there is an opinion floating around saying that, man, you overhaul the engine, you overhaul the transmission, you overhaul, the axles, and then there is nothing left, and you have a new truck pretty much. No, man, you still have an old beater that's been overhauled, and it's not going to be a very reliable truck, in my opinion. Again, if you're a mechanic, more power to you, especially if you enjoy doing that.
Yeah, because I think at some point it can go too far where someone is just so hyper-focused on you have to have this certain engine, this certain model, that every other option is off the table. They're specifically hunting for just this one type of truck with the certain specs, almost as if nothing else matters.
Yes.
And there's, in the macro view of it, there's so much more that goes into trucking. Yes, that's an important piece, but it's not everything.
And also, it's easier. It's a hell of a lot easier to have a payment that's $1,000 more than to deal with unexpected breakdowns.
Right, yeah.
Because $1,000 in semi-truck breakdowns is nothing. It's not even money. It's not even tip money, man. But again, maintenance, breakdowns, obviously plates. What else? The highway tax. Those little details, but that's just a given for the most part. Most of the carriers that you're gonna lease to is gonna take care of that. You're just gonna get deducted whatever amount of money it's worth. It's usually not that much. And I don't know.
And
That's
so for those
it.
guys that are buying out of state, and then don't forget that sales tax.
Oh, Florida, yeah, sales tax. Hopefully that's gonna change because I know a lot of people that were talking about it, and like those people, like we know people. Mm-hmm. So that's like people. but like the people that can actually make some decisions. And I think hopefully that stuff is gonna go away because everybody agrees. Like it's not just us. Like we're just a speck here.
Yeah, for sure.
But like major dealers in Florida, major like trailer manufacturers that do business in Florida, everybody says it's difficult in Florida to run that type of business
because no exemptions
because of a sales tax. Holy crap! Is this real? $4,000 a week in this market, guys? This is not a joke. We got plenty of owner-operators in this market taking home $4,000 a week every single week. So if you're interested in something like this, we're located right here in Mulberry, Florida, just a few miles south of Lakeland. Give us a call, 863-342-5171, because $4,000 take home after all the expenses, that's nothing to laugh at. Pretty much most of the other states are sales tax exempt. But again, if you think I'm just going to go to Georgia and buy a truck, that's not going to help you in any way. Because if you're registering that truck here in Florida, sales tax.
Yep. So keep that in mind, guys. One other thing that you have to keep in mind is avoid bad financing, how to spot a good deal versus a bad deal. Don't make that emotional purchase like just on the whim because truck looks good. You have to definitely look at the numbers.
I think if you know that you're gonna be consistent for the period of the amount of payments you're gonna have, and let's say your payments are, if you're gonna keep it under $2,000, I think that you can easily get away with about $60,000 to $80,000 truck. It's gonna have plenty of meat left on it for you to start your business. It's not gonna have some crazy, payment as a new truck. I think the most important key is just like Christian mentioned at the beginning. Sometimes the new truck can cost you a lot less than a beat up truck that is offered to you as a lease purchase option from the carrier. The only difference is 0 down, sign and drive. But why would anybody do that?
Yeah, and that leads us to purchasing power, guys. I actually was had a recruiting call, and the individual, what he did is he actually took a truck from Low Mountain. I know we talk about them all the time. Did his 3 years, banged it out, owns the truck, and then he upgraded to more of the specs of what he wanted. But he took it on the chin because at the moment he wasn't that strong in order to say, get everything that he wanted on the truck. So you can definitely go that route, but his idea was like, I just had to start because there's no perfect time, and I just had to start, and that was the best option for him at the moment based on what he can down payment, based on his credit score, based on his whole package of purchasing power at the time. So that's another avenue that you guys could do. It doesn't mean you're never going to get your truck. It just build your way up to it, and then at that point, you learn some shit along the way. And do you even want that truck?
Well, actually, I bought my first 2 trucks with way less than ideal credit, with way less than ideal financing options. I think now is the time. It's always now. If you're watching this video 5 years from now, it's still now. Because you're never gonna hit that perfect moment. You are in trucking for a long haul. It's not like in and out type of deal. If like you're just jumping in for a season. If you're just looking to jump in for a season, jump in as a driver and forget the headaches. If you are buying a truck, get something serious. Get something that's gonna last you at least 3 years, or like for the extension of the payments. Those used trucks that you're gonna buy at anywhere between, let's just say, $60,000 and $80,000. If you're choosing the right place to buy, if you're doing your homework, if you're picking a practical truck, not some, like it's not about chromen. I think it has plenty of stuff left on this truck for you to get the business rolling, get it off the ground, get comfortable. And again, like I've said this before, I'm gonna say this again. You should never plan that for that truck to last forever. Usually, it's just gonna, if you're serious about the business, it's gonna last you a little bit more than the payment structure, and just a little bit more to where it kind of gives you enough time to plan for a new down payment.
Right. So to get it to that point, to get it to those points, what is it? What are maintenance things that you shouldn't ignore to be able to reach that point?
Pretty simple. I think oil changes, filter changes, tires, brakes, just the everyday type of things. Electronics. These days, all those EPA systems.
Right.
That's very important because I was talking to one of the mechanics that services like a few fleets. He's actually a shop owner, and I was asking him about those, like new things that everybody is complaining about. And he's like, man, at the beginning, yeah, maybe it was a problem. Now, the biggest problem is because you put old school drivers into these
new school trucks,
and everybody is in that resistance mode. Nobody is willing to learn the equipment. So, okay, maybe as a driver running for a fleet, if you choose not to learn their equipment, that's on fleet and you. Like, that's between you two. However, if you're an owner, man, learn your truck. Learn everything about it. Like, know how to properly maintain it. And if you're gonna properly maintain it, it's gonna last you long enough to where you're gonna pay it off, make some more money for a down payment, still have some value left in it to where you can trade it in and get another one at a better deal than your first one. And you're gonna be good.
Right. So when it comes down to leasing versus buying, guys, once again, this all comes down to your purchasing power. Obviously, doing an outright purchase is not such a bad idea as long as you can keep your monthly payment at a reasonable rate. And then lease to purchase isn't that bad either. You just have to look at the terms, make sure that you can port the truck wherever you want. We never recommend taking a lease to purchase from a carrier. You guys hear us say that all the time and time again, and never seen one that from a carrier that's written in your favor. So you definitely want to use a third party for something like that. But whether you buy or lease, guys, that depends on your purchasing power, your personal situation, and your financing, right?
Agree.
All right, my people. So 863-342-5171 if you have any questions regarding this video and or how to get into a truck.
Or if you already have a truck, give us a call. If you're based out of Central Florida, we're here for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, take care.